Okay, guys, welcome to season 2, episode 2. We just did this whole video, and we're 10 minutes away being done, and
We had
it
4 teams left.
deleted everything.
Got
Did
corrupted.
I don't know. My fault. It's on me. My thing. I think it's on. It's on me. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's on the computer, so it's on me. Um, so we're gonna run through this quick. He doesn't think we can do it. I think we can. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're gonna get through it.
You're not going to get much out of what we just said,
Yeah.
out of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we're not going to do another
It
hour
ain't going to be
here.
as
So
good
we're going to
either.
do nice and quick. Maybe you guys can watch the whole thing.
We'll get to the point. We're going to get straight to the point.
So first thing, Carter Sanderson, we talked about him. We were going to get to the Pittsburgh Penguins and talk to him a little bit more, but they just got through a nice little prospect camp here. They had 3 games against Boston and the Sabres. They did really good there, and Carter, we're super excited for him and the Lumberjacks. They signed assistant coach Patrick Maroon, 4 times, we believe, Stanley Cup champion, and we believe that's a great fit for Carter just because Patrick and Carter, I think, have the same style of play. Carter's a very physical guy, so we're super excited to have him here, hopefully on the next month, to kind of figure out how it goes for him, how he feels like this season's going to go, and then just kind of how prospect camp went, development camp, if you just go into that, seeing how everything works in for them for that. So super excited for that. Super excited to hear from him. I can tell my voice is after an hour talking about shot.
It's ready.
But yeah, and then big news. We're really excited for it. We are going to, or this is for Swain, South Dakota hockey now. Big news. We are going to be interviewing high school hockey guys. We're going to start with boys varsity this year. We're going to hopefully start that when they start their season, so we can kind of get a different view from every other guy on a team. We're going to try to get every single person from a team. So if you haven't, follow us on Instagram so we can figure out, who we can talk to from each team. Again, we're looking for guys that are going to be respectful, not just for us, but for their team, their organization as well. So we do know who we'd like to have first when that comes. So just stay tuned for that. We're super excited for that. Like I said, we had a whole hour of video.
More than that, like an hour and a half.
And it is gone. So we are going to fly through this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as in depth as we really want it to. But we're going to get through this so we can upload this.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just going to tell you what these teams did in the offseason. That's kind of, we're not going to go into details as much as we did last time about what we think they're doing in the season and all that.
Exactly.
We can do that when we do our picks.
Exactly. So sorry about that, but we're going to make this nice and short here. It's going to be record time. So start in the Atlantic Division. We're going to start off with Toronto, which they are 52-26-4 with 108 points, plus 37, 27-13, 1 at home. 25-13-3 away, power play 9th, and penalty kill 17th. Their biggest thing, right? They got rid of Mitch. They picked up Nicholas Roy, signed Matthew, and also re-signed Jonathan Toews. They look really good. I really do like these guys. They also added Joshua from Vancouver. They got rid of Ryan Reeves. Gosh darn it. Other than that, looks really good. I do like their defense. I think they got a good young defense. Goaltending. Bauer likes their goaltending tantrum. I think it's okay. I think it could use work, but if they can stay healthy and stay consistent, this still team is going to be a number 1 contender again next year.
Yep. Yeah, guys, just to see about Knies and his extension, to see that he's going to get a bigger role in all that Mitch Marner's got, and he's up on that first line with Matthews and Nylander. So we'll see how he does and see if he had a good season last year, and they know he can score goals. So we'll just see if he can score even more and put up more points, more assists, and help out.
There's some hair right on the mic or something. But yeah, so we're excited for these guys, and see what.
Give me another top 3 teams though.
Top 3 for sure. These top 3 will definitely be the same. Tampa Bay here, 47-27-8 with 102, plus 75, 29-8-4 at home, away 18-19-4, penalty kill at 6, and power play at 5. They didn't do too much. They do that little trade there with Isaac Howard and Sam O'Reilly. Believing that Howard just didn't know when he was going to play, so he wanted to get traded. And they sign
Yanni Gord.
Gord, again, they re-signed him or signed him back for 6 years. I kind of said it in the last when we tried to do this that their away, I think, is what their away schedule or their away record kind of hurt them because um, I think they could have done a little bit better with that. We talked about Jake Getzel stepping up big on that power play unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just showing that coaching staff there. Cooper knows what he's doing on that power play and making this team just phenomenally really good. They have some young guys looking good. Goaltending, got no issues. Defense, you guys are they're getting up there in age, but still looking pretty decent. I really like Paul here on third line with Girodi there, and yeah, not too shabby for a team. I think they're going to be again a top two, top three team.
Yeah, easy enough. No points come easy for these guys, so they don't have to worry about it, especially offensively.
Yeah,
Maybe give Vasilevsky a little bit more.
Rest
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I worry about is their backup.
plus 72. Yeah, they're out
Yeah,
scoring guys
63
by
games
75.
played. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's even more than Hellebuck. So
yeah. So yeah, hopefully they can ice him a little bit and be a better team next year.
mm-hmm.
Again, second overall in this division. That's really good. So Stanley Cup champions Florida Panthers 47-31-4 at 98 points plus 23. 27-12-2 at home, 20-19-2 away. Power play was tied for 13th and penalty kill at 10. Again, we talked about it. They did their signings, and I can't believe where they're at. They are under the cap or over the cap right now at about $4 million. So they will have to figure something out here unless the cap does go up. We weren't quite sure about that, but again, they're going to look great. Hopefully Matthew can get healthy enough to stay in for a full year. Maybe something like that does affect them, but really, honestly, if you look at their lineup without him, unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing to worry. Nothing to worry about. These guys know that just as long as they make the playoffs, they can get the job done. So it doesn't. These guys don't worry about positioning when it comes to playoff wise. They just know that once we make the playoffs, and we just got to take down the team.
Yep. And I know talking about playoffs, like a lot of guys are talking about maybe. It sounds like around the league, most guys like that 1-8. Get rid of that 2-3 in each division, and just do 1-8.
Yeah, they want to go back.
Yeah, and I think that'd be great.
As a Kings fan, I'm sure you do.
We can beat them. Give us one more year. We got Corey on our team now.
I know he's hurt, but
yeah, no, that's so stupid. Probably got hit by a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Anyways, fourth overall Ottawa, 45-37 with 97 points, plus 9, 27-11-3 home, 18-19-4 away, power play at 12, penalty kill at 19. I really like this group. I think out of everyone in the Atlantic, this is my favorite group of young guys and also just some solid veteran presence. I think their D group is really good. I was talking about Jordan Spence is not a third line defenseman. He will probably play third line, but he is not a third line guy. Mm-hmm. As a Kings player, he can play up and down that lineup. He could be. He's amazing. And I think that's a great pickup for these guys. I also like the Giroud. Oh my gosh, dude! I just can't talk anymore. Giroud, Lars, and is that it? Oh yeah, Zuderland. Zuderland. Great pickups, I think, are great signings again. And Allmark, if he can stay healthy, this team's gonna be scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just shows them, and they got depth at defense. Spence is on the third line. They show right now for the depth chart, but I think he'll move up to that second where Jensen is. But either way, though, that means it just shows they have depth and they have good depth. Yeah, so I think they're ready for that. They're going to be a wild card team at least this year
for sure,
and just got to stay healthy. As long as Tkachuk can stay healthy and lead that team, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun team. This is probably in my going over it again now. This is definitely my favorite team. It's going to be one I'm going to watch out for sure. It's my favorite team right now in the Atlantic Division.
Yep.
Montreal 40-31-11 at 91 points, minus 20. Home record was really good, 23-12-6, away 17-19-5, power play at 21, and PK at 9. We're really thinking that their power play is going to be really good this year because Laine hopefully can stay healthy and have a full season. Other than that, big trade or big acquiry, trade for with Noah Dobson for, I believe he was 25, right? Yeah,
Yep.
25. Getting him on a 8 years for 9.5 million is really good for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They keep adding. Hopefully they can keep adding maybe some goaltending. I think uh,
Now, when we did the whole thing, I had talked about. There was one that I was listening to on the NHL Network Radio. They were talking about that they have a goaltender in their system coming up that they are already saying he's going to be the number one guy. And I believe I think his first name is Jacob, but his Fowler. Fowler is the goaltender, and they said that they're asking if he could come up and play right now, but they said that Montembeau is doing a good enough job, a solid job right now, so he can hold it off for now. And one thing with goalies when developing is you don't want to. That's the one thing you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush a goalie because
yeah,
it's the hardest position to
just
do. It's the hardest position to keep.
mentally the
It's
hardest,
mentally
mentally
draining.
hard.
More physically. It's more mentally draining than it is physically,
Yeah,
and that's hard to believe because those guys are always moving and they got to do the splits and
it's
all that.
yeah,
But it's a huge mental game with it all, and so you want to make sure that your goalie is ready mentally and physically, especially mentally, like I said. So yep, that's one guy to look for the future. Not this year, I don't believe, unless they have a really bad year.
yeah,
And maybe towards the end of the season, they want to maybe try to get him a couple games just to get some time experience and all that
yep,
to see how fast it is. Other than that, though, I don't see that happening with these guys unless injuries. The
yeah,
only injuries are the only thing that could see like hurt these guys in the end. So yeah, I expect them to have a good season and have a better start than last year.
yeah,
Not have the weak start like they had this year, but that was also because Lane
yeah.
smoked his knee in preseason,
Season,
which we'll see if they play who all plays in preseason.
yeah. So I would say honestly, for the next couple of years, Ottawa and Montreal will be very exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe they both can make the playoffs this year,
Mm-hmm.
probably wild card like we were saying. Um, I wouldn't be surprised in the next like 3-4 years where Montreal and Ottawa are working their way on that 1-2, while like one of the other ones like Tampa and even the Panthers are working on that 3-4, making to the wild card spot
Yeah.
just because of the depth
Mm-hmm.
of young guys. So very fun. Detroit here. We were both not very impressed with Detroit with everything. 39, 35, 8 and 8, 6 points, minus 21. Home 22, 16, 3, away 17, 19, 5. Power play was great at 4, but penalty kill terrible at 32. They pick up John Gibson, which is great. We feel like that's a great pickup. They need that. But again, we looked at this whole thing. It's like you're getting like so old almost
Mm-hmm.
with a great group of. I thought you guys had a great group of young guys, but it's just looking like an older team now, and I don't. It just doesn't. I don't think they're ready. They're just. I don't see it.
No, yeah, it was. I didn't have any really thing good to say about them when we were doing it the last time, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just disappointing to see them play because I don't know. I just didn't know what they're doing. It feels like I don't know. The only
I,
good things about this is Kane. You get to watch Kane still play,
yeah.
but obviously Larkin and Raymond are good to watch. But other than that, like there's nothing really that jumps out at you, especially on paper, other than
Yeah.
defensive wise. I don't know. I like Sider, like as I mentioned last time that he's one of his trainers is Cronwall. So the only good thing to look out for is maybe this year he'll Cronwall some people and get some big hits.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just yeah, it's the plan has definitely not gone the way that anybody within the organization and fans thought it would go. We're on year 7, 8, I
Yeah.
think somewhere around that plan.
Yeah.
It's been this team is one of the teams that's had the longest drought of being out of the playoffs, I believe.
Yeah.
And so it has been 8 years, 9 years. It's been a long time, many almost a decade. I think it could even be more than a decade. I remember I have to look that up, but yeah, just adding Mason Appleton, is not going to really push him over the edge much. I'm
No.
sorry to say. It's just, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you get Gibson to solidify goaltending, but other than that, there's not much that really jumps out.
No. So I like. I don't know. I think I like Detroit. I think it's just because like it's Detroit Red Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, they were the number one team, and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of sad to see them
Well,
not
especially when
doing
you
it.
got to watch Pavel Datsyuk.
Yeah,
That will
that's
absolutely tear it up, dude.
that's one
Datsyuk.
thing I do want to talk about this year.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't. If a team's gonna surprise me, it'd probably be this team. But I don't. I
They
don't
need
see
to
it.
surprise themselves.
Yeah. So Buffalo. Um, I still can't believe. Okay, 36, 39, 7 for 79 points, minus 20. Home 23, 15, 3, which is really good, but away at 13, 24, and 4. Power play 24th, penalty kill 23rd. Um, Bauer was
You feel the
talking.
same way about this team as I feel about Detroit.
Really?
I think that's what it is.
But no, dude, I feel like you put these guys way higher.
I do.
Like Bauer was talking about how like this is just like the Edmonton Oilers, how they're having all these draft picks and they're,
Mm-hmm.
when they
It
click,
took
they
them a
click.
while to get cooking.
But I just don't see it here. I don't see it. Edmonton had number one picks. I know these guys can never catch a break
Uh-huh.
and get a number one, but I don't see it.
I know.
Uh,
No, it's hard to see, but
yeah,
don't
I
worry, you'll
don't
see.
see
It's
it.
coming.
So
I have my own years plan.
yeah, jeez. Yeah, Norris and Thompson's gonna probably have to lead the way. Goaltending's up in air as well. I talked about Power. I'd like to see Power have a little bit better year. I don't think he was on the top 5. Yeah, so I would like to see him a little bit better for how much he has
Getting
made
paid.
now. Right, 7 years at 8.3. You gotta show up. So
I've got the young guys locked up. They're not getting rid of people too much, but I don't know. Yeah, I know it's
again, I
tough.
don't think coaching helps this team at all either.
No, they
So,
did. They didn't they get a new head coach too, or no?
no, it
No, I
doesn't
didn't.
look
No,
like
they're
it.
staying with what's his face, Lindros, or
I don't know.
that's what it was. I don't know.
Anyways, it's Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's gonna be Buffalo.
Yeah, Boston, a team that needs to be. This one we talked quite a bit about 33, 39, 10 for 76, minus 50, 20, 14, 7 at home, 13, 25, 3 away, power play 29, and penalty kill 24. They hire a new coach, Mike Sturm, was coach for the Canes a few years back, was their AHL head coach there for a while now. I think it's going to be a good fit for him. The big thing is points. David Pasta, and you were saying pretty much 50%
I'm pretty damn close, 50%.
of the scoring came from him, and you can see he had 106 points. Next guy 57, and then you had 4 guys at 47.
And Marchand got traded too, so not
they had some guys. They extend some guys. Victor, I don't think is the right answer for really anything.
Not offensively.
Whoops. And I just don't see them really doing much. If you want some money betting wise, go with Pasta. You'll probably make some money on him.
Yeah.
Swayman, for how much money he's made, he needs to do better. I believe what was a 3-goal against. Yeah, he just needs to do better. He's not doing so hot, and yeah, I just don't.
No noise would be better noise.
Yeah, so defensively, they're going to be solid. Their top 3 is sick.
As long as McAvoy don't get hurt, they need him to stay
healthy.
They need him to stay healthy. He's very important for this team.
Yep.
On the ice and off the ice.
Yeah, for sure. And so yeah, there's the Atlantic Division. Do we smoke that, man?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. 18 minutes.
My alarm for work is going off.
Yeah, we got to get going. Okay, let's start with Washington.
Damn, Twins lost. 10-9, dude. They were 10-1. They almost came back, dude.
That's crazy.
That's actually, they don't need to do that because they're out of the playoffs anyways. But anyway, regardless of that.
I have to delete this now. No, just kidding.
All right.
Washington here at number 1, 51, 22, and 9 for 111 points, plus 56. Home 25, 9, and 6. Away 25, 13, and 3. Power play was tied for the 13th, and penalty kill was 5th. They extend your boy Martin. Also re-sign Valeri and required Declan Kristoff.
Just home,
whatever, from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
We looked at this and we were both in just awe. I know
I'm already in awe
because it's his team, but just looking at this whole team and it's a very complete, I believe, roster. Best 1-2 punch in goaltending. You're solid defenseman, like all those guys could be one on even the first line.
Well, the thing is too, because we have a young rookie defenseman, Ryan Chelsea, who played for the Gophers, who possibly could do it. Like, yeah, we were literally like we have way more than
rookies. Like I told him, I was excited to see what Leonard does this year. He's excited for 4 other guys that could make this roster.
Lapierre is probably not. Honestly, might not even be. He could be. It sucks to say this, but I want him to do good because then I want him to bring in picks or bring in more because like he honestly is probably going to be a trade asset because like I said, I was telling him before that Ivan Mershchenko, he's the one that I think that will get that spot because he led the Hershey Bears last year in scoring and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted. They wanted him to have a full year, to get better moving up. And it's him, or there's another kid, 19-year-old kid. Last year is 18. He almost made the team last year as an 18-year-old. Andrew Castall. He was in the WHL and breaking records and stuff. So he doesn't need to play there anymore. He needs to play. He's too good. So and they kept him till the end last year because they were like, shit, it's hard to make a decision, which is a good thing. And so I'm just excited to see what the roster will look like this year. We've got plenty of offensive and defensive.
Very
future's bright. Future's very bright even after Ovi.
Yeah,
it's even more brighter.
Great. Ovi's gonna hit 900 goals this year.
Easy.
Great. So
from the first week.
Yeah. So
I'll get it.
Put money on it.
Mm-hmm. I would. Seriously.
Get a Hattie first game. Get it.
Shit, it could be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the schedule's out, like full schedules.
Yeah, it probably is.
It should be.
Should be darn close. Actually, I know it is. Tickets already on sale, I believe.
Yeah.
Carolina here at number 2, 47-35 with 99 plus 33, 31-9-1 at home, away 16-21-4. Power play 25, penalty kill number 1. They went out and they did work, and I think it's great. They went out, got re-signed Taylor Hall, Anderson for a year, Eric Robinson for 4 years. They got a big trade, and Miller from the Rangers. They extended Blake Jackson. Got the second big signing of the year with Ethers, and then extended Logan there for 8 years. And this is, again, you talk about a complete squad. This is another complete squad.
Well, they're trying to even add more from rumors. I don't know if all that is true or not.
Yeah, so it's, again, I think the thing is here where they lack and is going to be goaltending a little bit. Defense is pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say their fourth line definitely could maybe use some work. I'd take Washington's fourth line over Carolina's fourth line.
Mm.
But gosh, their top 3 is really, really scary, and they can compete very, very well.
Mm.
The biggest thing I know when I talked about was that they play way too hard right away.
Mm.
We talked about how what was it? That in the regular season you might have a couple seconds with the puck. In playoffs you have less than a second with the puck, and so Carolina plays it where you don't have a second with the puck all 82 games, and that just when it comes to playoff time, they just mesh in with everybody because everyone now is playing playoff hockey. So, but I'm very excited for this team.
Yep, shouldn't another playoff team easily from them. You can put them down there from the beginning of the season, unless barring injuries. But even barring injuries, they've got plenty of guys that could step it up. So there's nothing to worry about. Only worries about their goaltending. Frederick Anderson, he's getting up there in age, only in 1 year. Their ones coming up in the farm system, whatever, aren't really doing very good. So that's something they need to work on.
Yeah, so we'll got to figure something out there if they want a chance at finally getting past the first round and making to the finals there. New Jersey, another team that we're excited for if they can stay healthy. 42-33-7 for 91 points, plus 21. Home record of 19-17-5, 23-16-2 away. Third in power play and tied for second in penalty kill, which is great. The big thing, they acquired Jeremy there from Nashville for Eric Holla. They signed Jake Allen, get Connor Brown, Glass, and Dandronov or whatever.
Dandronov.
The big thing is health. We talked about it. They have 6 guys here that were injured just towards the end of the season.
And in the first game, 3 guys got injured.
Yeah.
And one of them being Jack Hughes.
So. Yeah. So it's just, if they can stay healthy, if Meyer can have a better year.
But they need better 5-on-5 scoring, which they're going to need. They need that from him.
So I'm excited for them. They're a fun team to watch. They're still, a little young, but they still got the guys that can make this team work. The coaching is great. If they can just stay healthy, their goaltender is not bad. Jake Allen can get you a couple wins here and there. Markstrom's got to be that number 1 star that they paid him, traded him for. So
I wonder if they'll extend him this year too.
So I'm excited for these guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Hey, why not? I talked about it last time about Tuck getting traded. this would be a great fit for Tuck, playing on that second line.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. See if they sign Luke Hughes too as well before or not, or for what's going to happen with him, or he's going to play with his brother Quinn.
And there you go. Yeah.
Be a good line, good defensive line.
There you go. You brother.
Yep.
Bash brothers.
They want to play together. They
want to play.
They want to play, and they've stated it. And they just said whatever happens, happens. But they're going to find a way.
Yeah.
What if it's just on a completely different team? Like they all move to a team.
Yeah.
You know, like how like Boston Celtics got everybody, you know, traded for everybody to bring. They brought them all there. What if the team just brings all of them there?
Be crazy.
What team though? I wonder.
Wild. No, I'm just kidding. Ducks have the money. Number 4, I think the most surprising team out of all teams in the league right here was Columbus. 40, 33, 9 and 89 plus 5. 26, 10 and 5 at home, 14, 23 and 4 away. Power play and penalty kill both at 22. We kind of talked about it. You know, I more leaned on. I think they kind of came together as a team.
Yep.
To, you know, go around the Gaudreau death. Because when you look at their lines, you know, when Sean there is your number 1 center, your number 1 guy, pretty much, you don't think of that, you know, being your number 1 guy.
Oh.
If, out of all of one, you know, you think of a Columbus team, you don't think of him, right? Of course, you're going to think of Giroud that is just not there anymore, of course. But young guys, we're talking. Bauer brought it up that most of these guys came from their pool of amateurs, and they came up and
they developed them.
So this is going to be a fun team to see how they do it.
The fruits of their labor are showing.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. With you know Faber on D, they just re-signed him. Like Provorov, I don't know if Provorov was or not, but I know that Greaves is obviously a goaltender from their system. Marchenko, Fantelli, I think Boone Jenner is too. Like obviously, but Boone's 32. But yeah, I think all those guys, like the ones I mentioned, those all came from. They were developed and brought up there. So
yeah, we do one little stat here. Jet Greaves that Bauer was talking about with the goaltender. He only had 11 games, but he went 7-2-2 with a 1.91 goals against. Just maybe watch him getting more playing time and more time to. I don't want to say to develop, but to maybe be a starter on this team. So
see if he can take that number 1 spot from Merzlikins.
Yeah,
which I think he can, the way he played last year. And he's not a big guy, but you could save some damn pucks.
Looking good there. New York Rangers, 39, 36, 7, 85 points. Plus 1, they're 19, 19, 3 at home, 2017, 4 away, 28th on the power play, and the 11th on the penalty kill. They went crazy. They got rid of Chris Kreider. They signed Matt Rempe. They pick up Scott in the trade for Miller. They get Will Culley for 2 more years. Vlad, which I was sad, got 7 years, and they've signed Mike Sullivan as Sullivan.
Get rid of that stupid coach.
Hate that head coach. On paper, these guys look great. We talked about it. I really do like it. I think Vlad, we were talking about, should still be a Kings. A lot of people were saying $7 million for 7 years. Like, that's what he is worth, and the Kings should have been able to cough that up, and they didn't. So Vlad. With Fox is going to be crazy. I think Fox is going to see more point production for him. But, your guys, they just need to step up. They need to show up. I think this is a good squad. I don't see them, they finished 6th, right? 5th? I see them making the playoffs, honestly. I think the drama is away from these guys. I think if Igor can step up and play better than he did last year, it's going to be a good team and a fun team to watch.
Yeah, like I said, on the one before that, the 3 teams that were in the media, and not for good reasons, Boston, New York, and Vancouver, all 3 of those guys did not make the playoffs. And the year prior, before this last year, they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so obviously that, I have a feeling, or in my opinion, that bad negativity in the media and all that going on hurt them. Obviously, since they didn't make it and they were below expectations. So I think with that all out, and as long as all that stuff stays away, they should be back to what they usually are. But I hope they don't, since they're in the Metro, personally. But it's the Rangers, it's New York Rangers. I'm glad they got rid of Laviolette because now the young guys will get a chance to play and develop. We've known him to be a development destroyer. He, for some reason, just does not like playing guys like that. He always likes
to go to Nashville.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, then that means Rempe will stay in the lineup. And if you're going to sign him like that, and you're going to get rid of Chris Kreider, he's obviously not going to, fill the shoes of Chris Kreider. But you need to keep him in the lineup for he does, because he does uplift the guys. He's obviously like he's what Tom Wilson was in the beginning. I know he's not Tom's not as big, but you need a guy like that on every team. You really do. And then we'll see now with JT Miller as a new captain. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but obviously he has shown them something from inside that locker room that we can't see. That he can be the leader of these guys. So we'll see how it goes for these guys.
Yeah, very excited. I do think they will make it, and it'll be fun.
I don't know who they dethrone from the top three, but I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
Only one I would think of would be New Jersey, but
I'll show you. I'll show you my picks in a couple weeks. Number 6, New York Islanders, 35, 35, and 12 for 82 points, minus 36. Home 19, 17, 5, away 16, 18, 7. Power play and penalty kill both at 31. Not very good, but they do sign a 2-year contract for Kyle. They acquire
Palmieri.
They acquire
Emil Heineman. That's for the Noah Dobson trade.
Okay. Do some re-signings.
My guy. Remember last year I talked about him. He coming over. Maximum Siplikov.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
He came over from the KHL. I talked about him coming over. He was. It was his first year. Yeah. And
I thought that was a different guy.
Nope. It's him.
Oh. Okay. They do sign David Ritchie from the LA Canes for a year, and they also signed Jonathan Drouin for 2 years and extend Alex there for 8.
They're just disappointing. Yeah. They've got Sorokin's a solid goaltender, absolutely solid. He's very good. Horvat. I mean, what hurt him last year too was injuries. Barzal and Horvat both were hurt at times. You had the whole Anthony Duclair thing with Pat Roy. And I'm kind of surprised that he's still the head coach.
I'm surprised,
to be honest.
I'm with Patrick Roy, dude.
I mean, yeah, I know, I get it, but you can't publicly do stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
When it comes, you need to handle that behind closed doors. If you handle it behind closed doors, and then if it came out in the media later, then I would totally be on his side.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the way it got handled outside like that. And he said it to everybody, the whole world. Yeah. Like, you don't need to call players out like that. That's not. You're going to lose them that way faster.
Yeah.
And, some people might not. Maybe Duclair doesn't. He's different. He probably takes it a different way since he's professional and all that. But other than that, though, there really isn't much. Yeah, there really isn't much to go off of here with these guys.
Again, if this was like 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2020, this is a great lineup, but I don't care for their defense. Their defense is too old.
Yeah,
you got some guys 25, 2 guys that are 25, and that's it. I don't care for that. You're one guy that he'll probably be in the first line again. But I don't care for it. I don't think they just didn't do. All they did last year was sign Anthony Duclair for a big contract, which he wasn't really deserved of. I don't think.
Well, they lack scoring.
And they
lack scoring. I think there was a stretch between multiple games where they didn't score a goal.
Yeah.
Like a single goal between multiple games. We're not talking just getting shut on one, like multiple. Like, they lack heavily in scoring at all.
57 was their highest points.
That would be tied for Boston's.
Yeah.
Second player.
So exactly.
Because they just don't have. But that's also. I mean, I guess Horvat wasn't here, but it was Nelson left too as well. But it's not like he was already on the out.
Yeah.
But not Horvat, but Barzal, who that's their guy.
He got hurt.
He got hurt over half the season, so he wasn't there, and that's something they need. But I mean, Kyle Palmer they all need to step it up, especially defensively. Like if you look at the negatives, I don't think a single one of them was positive. All were double-digit negatives.
Lee was plus 3.
Lee was plus in the whole
5.
Okay, Nelson was there the whole time, anyways.
Yeah. So,
and their power play lack, obviously, both power play and penalty kill. So I know that with the bringing of Jonathan Drouin over, Drouin, I believe, is going to get some time on the power play to hopefully help out on the perimeter and everything, and on creating opportunities. So that's something that they could somewhat. They want to obviously you can't get any worse, really. 31st out of 32 or 33. You can't really get much worse.
Yeah.
So you only can get better. So
watch us do this next year and they'll be 32.
Right?
They suck.
Yeah, like there's nothing you can do about that.
So
But so that's just it. Yeah,
they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay at
they're gonna
6
stay where they are. I
and or
think.
7. I could see them going down to 7,
Yeah,
but yeah.
retool, rebuild might begin the
Yep.
works.
Next, Pittsburgh Penguins here at 34, 36, 12 for 80, minus 50 there. 21, 15, and 5 at home. Away 13, 21, and 7. Power play 6, which is pretty darn good. And penalty kill at 8th.
18th.
Huh?
I said 8th. It's 18th.
Oh, wow. Gosh. Yeah, I'm tired, dude. They acquired a third round pick
For their goalie. They
for their
trade their
goalie.
goalie away for
Yep.
San Jose.
They get Matt Dumba. They also acquired
Sloths.
Saw for Vancouver, which he's a stud.
He should start. He should be their starter, I assume now.
Yep. Fired Mike Sullivan, hired Dan Muse as the assistant coach from the Rangers. So we'll see what happens here. Crosby's a stud.
Yeah.
People are wanting him to just get out of there so these guys can rebuild, but Crosby doesn't want to leave. He wants to win here, and I
It's
applaud him
not
for
gonna
that.
happen.
But
it's just not
again,
gonna happen.
it's not there. Lazat there at 40, third line, left wing. He's not a third guy. He should be playing fourth line for sure.
I think their biggest thing is the fact that they have 3 guys, as in, well, you have Carlson making 10 mil, 35.
Yeah.
Letang making 6.1. He's 38.
Correct.
Crosby's 38, making 8.7.
Malkin.
And then you have Malkin, who's making 6.1 at 39.
Yeah.
All the 4 of those guys who are older, those were our prime time guys when we were young, are making all that money. And so how do you get other guy, like how do you build off of that when half of your salary is going to the 4 oldest guys on the team? Now granted, they're the best players on the team, all right, so obviously they should, but I mean it's just hard to move on from that when you have guys with that big a contract who aren't playing up to that much money anymore. They're old now.
So that's the big thing. They got older guys. They're trying to get the younger guys in there.
But they suck at developing.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, like, come on, like, I don't know if Rudger McGordy is going to get in here any playing time. And now I know he was not at that prospect challenge tournament.
He probably will,
because he was hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll get more playing time here, because that was their big, one of their big first round picks that they got.
Yeah. But I do like their goalie pickup, 24 years old. I think that's a must with just how bad their goaltenders have been.
And I'm surprised that Vancouver got rid of him and not Demko. I know Demko's good, but he's very injury prone. And they have Lankinen, who is absolutely solid. So I don't. But hey, I think Pittsburgh got the better one.
Yeah. So I
more potential upside.
I just hope Crosby can just, I don't know, go somewhere. Go to Colorado like everyone wants.
I know, right? It's not, one, they can't afford him, and 2, that he wouldn't do that. He's going to retire there.
Last one here with Florida Flyers, 33, 39, 10 for 76 points, minus 48. This is weird. Okay. Home 20, 20, and 1. Away 13, 19, and 9. Power play at 30. Penalty kill at 20. The big thing they did was they traded for Zegras. Fired John and picked up Rick. I think that's a good pickup there for them.
John don't like that razzle dazzle.
Mitchkoff is the guy you were talking about a lot last year.
He was a rook.
That's who I thought. I'm like, I thought it was this. Okay, so that's where my came
He's
from.
Still a stud. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. So Zegras, I don't think he's a superstar.
No. He's rescinded.
He's your flashy guy.
But I think it's going to be the PLD stuff.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't happy in Anaheim. He was just, he was not in a good setting. Yeah. He's back with his best friend over here on, can't remember. Yeah. So he's back with him over here, and I think he's in a better mindset, better environment for himself. I'm not saying Anaheim was bad. I'm saying for himself. And so I just think that it'll reawaken him and his love for the game. Yeah. Because you watch him scoring, the dude looks depressed when he was scoring.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god.
So not terrible. Cam York, they extend. I think that's a good idea for them. 24 years old at $5 million for 5 years. That's pretty darn good. Mitch Koff he's going to be good. Couture, Yeah, top two lines won't be terrible. Bottom three, bottom six, will be okay.
Interesting.
Goaltending, of
They got
course.
Vladar from
Vladdy.
Calgary, so
Yeah,
the
so
goaltending a
hopefully
little
that
is
will help
better.
there. So, I could see them being better than New York or Islanders for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good because with Torts as their coach, the like Mitchkov and a lot of the younger guys weren't allowed to be creative. They weren't
Yeah,
allowed to kind of be and play how they are used to playing. And because he doesn't like that stylish stuff, we all know that from his
yeah,
comments and all that. And so now going to Rick Tocchet, I think even because I've listened to Cordier talk on Morning Skate, like on NHL Network Radio, I've heard him talk about how, especially for the power play, that one thing they're looking for this year is to see more. He's looking for to see more creativity, to
yeah,
see more opening up of the younger guys,
yeah,
being maybe a little bit more flashy, and getting a lot more involved and being more having more confidence with the puck on their stick.
yeah,
And so I think Tockett's going to bring that in. He's also bringing in somebody for the power. I think over to work, somebody new for their power play coach. And so that's just going to make it better. And the way that Tort's style is not fit for the Flyers. It's fit for more like the Rangers, where they win close games, 2-1, 3-2, winning
hmm
close games. Where compared to the Flyers, they defensively they can't hold. They can't. It's
yeah,
hard for them to win those 2-1, those 3-2 games where they're going to score. They're going to be winning those 5-6, 6-3
yep,
games.
yep. So yeah, that was your fast little recap of what we just went through for a whole hour.
Hour and a half. We've got through in a half an hour, so
Exactly.
we
So
shaved off an hour. So you can just about imagine how much gibberish we were talking about.
yeah. Oh well.
Hopefully these mics don't die.
No, we're good. This should last for 20 hours.
Oh,
So.
okay, good, nice.
Anyways, guys, thank you
Nice,
again.
nice.
I am tired. I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna shower and go to work.
And yeah. So again, guys, thanks for watching here. If you haven't, hit subscribe here on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We will be back in 2 weeks. Again,
See our horrendous picks.
talk about our picks, talk about some other exciting news, some hard hitting questions. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
See what else happens around the league, and then I believe that night we record, I think it's the start of the season, so we're
Should be.
pretty excited about that. So, yeah. Other than that, guys, again, follow us along the season, and we will see you next time. Good night.